Okay, I'm going to talk to you now about elective options for non-music students. When I use the term non-music student, it's referring to students who are not taking band or who are not taking full year choir next year. So if you're not taking band or you're not taking full year choir, you're considered a non-music student, and you're going to be filling out the left side of the registration form. Now, when you look at the registration form, you're going to see that you're going to select 80 weeks total of electives. So don't make any selections yet. I'm going to go over your options in a minute. But when you've completed the form, just know that the classes you placed a check mark by will add up to 80 weeks. But again, don't make any selections yet. I'm going to go over what your options are. Now, under the heading that says foreign language, you're going to see 2 foreign language classes, coding class. Now, you don't have to select anything from this category, but if you decide to take a foreign language, you need to know these things. First, if you pass the foreign language class, you're going to get a high school credit. Second, you have to have a C or higher this year in your language arts class to qualify for that. So you're going to have your language arts teacher initial your form. You have to have a C average or higher in language arts this year in order to take one of the foreign language classes next year. It goes without saying that you can only select one of these foreign language classes. You can't select them both. And whatever foreign language class you take this year, if you decide to take one, you must take the same language in year 2 when you're at the high school. Okay, so in other words, if you take French this year, when you take French 2 at the high school, you must have the same language. In other words, you can't take French and then take Spanish at the high school. Now, in the next category down, you'll see required classes. All students must take some form of the careers class. Then you'll need to select either the computer lit in careers or the coding in careers. Both of those options are 20 weeks. Now, most of you will also be taking one of the phys ed classes as well. This is a required class, and there's one exception, and that's if you're taking a foreign language class, then phys ed becomes an optional elective. And again, I'm going to get to all your options in a minute, so don't make any selections yet. Under the next category down, you're going to see 5 elective options. All of those are 20 weeks. There's applied tech, drafting, life skills, arts, a half a year choir. Again, all these are 20 weeks. The only one that you may not be familiar with is drafting. And if you want to know more about that class, just look at the description in the program of study, which can be found on the Richards Middle School homepage. Okay, listen closely for the following options. Okay, you're going to choose one of these options. You could take foreign language, then you would need to choose one of the half-year career classes, and you would get one other elective. And that other elective can be phys ed, if you would like. You would take one of the half-year careers classes. You would take phys ed, and then you're going to get 2 elective options. So let me go over that just quickly again. One of the half-year career classes, and one other elective. One of the half-year career classes, phys ed, and 2 electives from that last category. You can make your selections at this time by putting a check mark by your class choices. Now remember, they need to add up to 80 weeks, and you must have some version of the career class checked. One final thing I would like you to do also, I would like you to select an alternate elective option, and you'll do that by putting the letter A on the line next to the class rather than a check mark. The alternate will only be used if we can't get you into your checked selections. Okay, if for some reason we can't fit you into those classes, which we likely will be able to do, if there's some reason we can't, we'll go to your alternate elective option. So again, for that alternate, just put an A on the line next to the class rather than a check mark. So your check marked selection should add up to 80 weeks. And again, you must have some version of the career class.